Hey guys, I'm Peggy from the Witch's Garden, trying to grow a cut flower garden here on my allotment in Kanagawa Prefecture, Japan. Thanks for checking out my channel. Okay, so obviously today I am not on the allotment, I'm in my very tiny back garden. Very tiny, which is why I have a sakura tree branch in my face. So why are we in the garden? Because I have got my little seed bubble up here and it is trying to get some seeds in the ground. Or in the trays, I guess, because they're not going in the ground. So what am I putting in? Let's have a look at what I've got today. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be putting in is some sweet pea. I have two types of sweet pea. I'm surprised by this because I never really liked sweet pea, although I didn't dislike them. They just weren't really a flower I thought much of. I thought they were a bit boring. But I had one plant in the garden last year, and off of that one plant I managed to get about 2 months of a vase full of sweet pea on my kitchen window. Sorry, there's a military aircraft going over. Wait for that to pass. We live near the airbase, so all the big planes are going over today. I managed to get 2 months full of really nice flowers that smelled so lovely, and they were such a nice bright colour. And I was getting them around February, March when there wasn't much else going on in the garden, and it was just really nice to have something in the house. So I've decided that I'm going to plant some this year. I got these ones from just the local shop, which are kind of your standard normal sweet pea. And then I got these ones from Chiltern Seeds, which I got sent to from the UK, from my mum. The only problem is there's no pictures on the packets. So these ones are going to be a slightly fancier mix of purples and violets and whites. Very pretty. So I'm going to be putting some sweet pea in the garden. Next up I have snapdragon. I have 3 types of snapdragon. I really wanted to get these in the garden last year, but it was just too late in the season for me to be planting these, so I'm really happy to finally be able to get some in. Last year for my spike flower in the garden I tried to grow verbascum and it just didn't work. It was shaded out by my sunflower and nothing grew, so I didn't have any spike flower at all last year. So I've maybe overcompensated a little this year and I'm going to have mostly spike flowers this year. But I'm really excited to at least get my snapdragon in and see how they do. So I've got the kind of basic snapdragon but in a really nice colour. This is the Potomac, is that how we say it? Dark orange. So I'm excited for those. And then I've got a couple of the fancier ones. This is the Monarch Mix. Which are a really pretty variety of colours. And then I have the Madame Butterfly, which is a double series. And I mean, I didn't even know snapdragons could look like that. Is that focusing? They're just absolutely beautiful. So I'm really excited to see what I get from these. And if I have vases of nothing but snapdragon and sweet peas, then at least my house will smell really nice and be lovely. Another of the spike flower that I'm putting in this year is a lot of stock. I have quite a lot of stock. I have other ones that I'm putting in, but I'm only planting this one now, and the others I'll plant up in about February time, just so that I have a bit of staggering, and because this is the only one that actually says plant it now. The rest all say wait until February, and it's so mild here in February that shouldn't be much of an issue at all. I will be able to still get them in quite early in the season. So I'm going to put in this stock, which is a stock apricot stock. So another of my spike flowers going in. After that, I've got a few fillers. So I've got this status. The picture is actually blurred a little there, sorry. But I kind of status. And then I have some gypsophila, which is also known as baby's breath, but this is a slightly different variety, not your standard baby's breath. So a kind of nice purpley flower, and much smaller actual flower shapes rather than the baby's breath, which kind of looks like little pom-poms, I guess you'd say. And then I have this, which is a cornflower, a black ball cornflower, which is very pretty, and I really like the colour of that. So that is all that I'm putting in today. I'm going to get them started up in this seed pod and hopefully be getting flowers a lot earlier this year, which would be lovely. Okay, so I have actually made a full garden plan for next year, and I will do another video going over that and everything that I'm putting in. But I've looked over that plan and I have noted how many of each plant I need. So for example, this is my sweet pea mulberry mix, and I've decided that I need 7 for each row that I'm putting in, so I'm going to plant 10. Because last year a lot of my seedlings didn't work. I was having to replace stuff once. Even if the seedlings came up, when I then transplanted them into the allotment, a lot of them just were eaten. A lot of the softer shoots were eaten by something, still don't know what, or they just didn't thrive, and I had to replace them quite often. So I'm going to go ahead and plant more than I need. I'm also going to plant enough for everything that I need, but then I think I might try and do a little bit of succession planting this year. So either next month, or I might just wait until February when I'm planting all of the spring seeds. I might go back and do a second planting then, just to make sure that I've got enough to go. But honestly, with my sweet pea, I was getting so many off of just that one plant that if I put in 7 plants, I'm gonna have masses. So I might not bother doing that. And they lasted for a really, really long time. I got a solid 8 weeks cutting off of them, which for a cut flower is a long time. So I am just going to plant up 10 of everything to make sure that I've got lots of spare ones if I need them. I have written up my tags so I know what I'm planting. These are actually recycled from last year. Just wrote on the other side because less plastic, yeah. So I've got my markers so I know what I'm planting, and I'm going to go ahead and put 10 of each one in. This is just a standard potting mix that I got for starting your seeds in. No matter how long I stay here and how long I study Japanese for, I think there's always going to be a limit to what kanji I know, and thus being able to understand exactly what the mix is in this is a bit beyond me, so I still kind of go by the pictures, and that looks like it's what I need. I feel like this would go a lot faster if I just poured it in. Okay, so it's important when you are planting your seeds that you're putting them into damp soil, not wet, just damp. So come on team, you gonna help?
Yeah.
Okay, you water. You do this tray? Water the water, the soil, not me. Good job. Don't do that. Okay, go.
This is a flamingo.
Okay, that's all slightly messy after that help, and it's getting windy out here, so everything's starting to blow away. Right, so now I'm going to start planting. I'm going to start with my sweet pea because these are pretty easy seeds in that they're big. As you go through, you'll see there's a massive difference in seed size, and their seeds look like little dry pea. Nice and easy to plant. So, using my trusty disposable chopstick, I'm just going to plant 10. Okay, and then just make sure that you mark what they are and where they are. I also put on the date that I planted them, just so I know how long they've been in there. Okay, so then next are my slightly fancy sweet peas. These are my mulberry mix sweet pea, the pretty purple shades. Okay, next I will do my cornflower. And you can see these seeds are much, much smaller. And so for these ones, I'll put 2 seeds in each hole. I had so many fail last year, I just don't really trust them. It's always good to plant more, and you can always thin them out. Okay, next I'm going to do my apricot stalk. These seeds are so tiny. Can you even see them in there? Teeny, teeny, tiny seeds. Okay, and then status. This is a status caspia. I can't even see this seed. So please do not make the wind blow right now. Look at that. It's like dust. feeling my gypsophila is going to be that small as well. This is tiny little seeds too, like poppy seeds. Okay, and then finally I have my 3 different snapdragon. Also, it's just teeny tiny, like poppy seeds. Okay, everything's in. So let's put it all in the bubble. Okay, so that's everything that I wanted to get seeded in today. I feel like I'm in the jungle here. And I'm just gonna leave that all winter and see what happens. I'm really excited. It's nice to be getting stuff in at the right time this time. You know, I was really late last season. It's strange to think that those tiny little poppy seeds are gonna give me snapdragons that should hopefully just come and come and come. Hopefully being the word there. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave this here over winter and I'll keep you updated on how they're all doing, and then I will do some more planting out around February time. It seems really strange to be planting a garden now when the now garden is still putting out flowers, it is still blooming, it is still warm here. You know, these are autumn plantings, but it really doesn't get that cold here at all. You know, we very rarely get below 0. So I could be doing this a lot later in the season. I just really want to get some stuff started already so that I don't have the same problems with the heat and rainy season that I had last year. So, yay! Flowers in next year's garden, let's go! Thanks for watching along with me. If you want to see what happens here, then remember to hit the subscribe button and I will see you guys next week.